If you want to learn about rebounding for weight loss, then this video is for you because here's what you can expect to learn. First, we'll talk about the truth about rebounding for weight loss. Does it actually help you lose weight or not? Then we'll talk about how long does it take to lose weight if you decide to go to do rebounding. How long should you do it for if you're trying to lose weight? Can you lose belly fat specifically by jumping on a trampoline? And is rebounding better than walking? And finally, does it help with cellulite? Before we jump in, who am I? My name is Igor. I'm the author of 13 books on exercise and nutrition, including 4 Amazon bestsellers. As well, I've been a personal trainer since 2006, and I've been teaching my methodology to other personal trainers by speaking at personal training conferences since 2013. I've also delivered over 400 wellness presentations to some of Canada's largest corporations, including IBM, Bosch, American Express, University of Toronto, Investors Group, and others. If you want to learn when I publish more videos about weight loss and nutrition, exercise, and so on, click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So let's jump in. The truth about rebounding for weight loss. What rebounding is cardiovascular exercise. There's no magical powers to it, and it's just a tool in the toolbox. It's no better, no worse than jogging or swimming or cycling or rowing, okay? They all burn the same number of calories if the pulse is the same. If your pulse is 150 beats per minute rebounding and is 150 beats per minute jogging or swimming, etc., you're burning the identical number of calories, and while one will not result in more weight loss than any of the other ones. So let's also talk about the levels of impact. We often hear the terms high impact and high intensity, and they're often confused. So let's clear up the confusion. The word impact has nothing to do with intensity. It's simply how many feet are on the ground at any given time. So activities that are considered low impact have no feet on the ground at any given time. For example, swimming, there is no impact. Cycling, there is no impact because your body is supported by the bicycle. Then there is low impact, which is activities where at least one foot is on the ground at any given time, for example, walking. And then there's high impact, which is activities where at any given time, at least 0 feet are on the ground at any given time. And an example would be jogging because you have no more than 1 foot on the ground at any given time. So where does rebounding fit in? Rebounding is what I would call low to high impact. Because on the one hand, yes, you do get off the ground. However, the rebounder, the trampoline, absorbs your impact. And as a result, I wouldn't consider it high impact activity. Now, again, impact is completely unrelated to intensity. You can have high impact, but low intensity. Intensity strictly refers to the pulse. If you're jogging slowly, that's high impact, but low intensity. If you're jogging quickly, that's high impact and high intensity. These are just examples. For example, swimming is no impact, but it has nothing to do with intensity. If you're swimming slowly, that's no impact, low intensity. If you're swimming quickly, that's no impact, high intensity. So again, completely unrelated. So how long does it take to lose weight rebounding? And that is a difficult question to answer because if all we're looking at is weight, we could also look at water weight, which is just sweat. If all you're trying to do is just get rid of sweat and water weight, it's just going to take 20, 30 minutes. But then you drink some water and you gain it all back. Well, I assume what you're talking about is fat loss. Fat loss is probably what you're interested in. And unfortunately, that's an impossible question to answer because your fat loss depends on so many factors like nutrition. What are you eating? In other words, are you jumping on the trampoline for half an hour, burning 500 calories, but then you're eating 600? What's your current weight? How close are you to your ideal body fat? How much time are you rebounding? Are you rebounding for 5 minutes, for an hour, somewhere in between? How many days per week are you rebounding? How hard are you rebounding? What's your heart rate while you are rebounding? Your job, are you very physically active? Are you sedentary or somewhere in between? And what other exercises do you do? Are you just rebounding? Are you doing any cardio? Are you doing any stretching? Are you doing any strength training? These are all factors that if we don't have the answer to, we won't know what's the impact of rebounding by itself. Now, here's the general answer. 1 pound of fat, to lose it, you need to burn 3,500 calories. So if you do the math on that, here is what it looks like. If you decrease your calories by 500 calories per day, every day, 7 days per week, you'll be able to lose 1 pound of fat theoretically, okay? For example, if you weigh 150 pounds, what does it take to burn 500 calories? If you're doing moderate intensity exercise, it's about 40 to 50 minutes of exercise of cardio per day, 7 days per week. If you weigh more than 150, you need to exercise less. If you're doing high intensity and you weigh 150 pounds, it's going to take you between 35 and 40 minutes. The more you weigh, the less you need to exercise to burn 500 calories. Now, how many minutes a day should you rebound? Again, the answer is it depends on a bunch of different factors. What are those factors? If you want to make some nutritional modifications, if you're up for it, it's easier to attain that 500 calorie deficit through a combination of exercise and nutrition. If you decrease your daily calories by 300 calories per day, and in addition to that, you burn 200 calories per day, 7 days per week through exercise, then that's a 500 calorie combined deficit. And so how long do you have to rebound to burn 200 calories? Again, it depends on two factors, your body weight as well as your pulse. But generally speaking, if you're rebounding with moderate intensity and you're about 150 pounds, that's going to take you about 20 minutes, okay? If you're lighter than 150 or the intensity is lower, it's going to take you longer. If you're heavier than 150 and the intensity is higher, it's going to take you less time. And you can do any combination you like. Maybe you don't adjust your nutrition at all and you just burn the calories through exercise. Maybe your nutrition is 400 calories and your exercise is 100 calories. So that part is totally up to you and there's a lot of flexibility in there. Generally speaking, again, that's 20, 30 minutes per day to burn 200 calories. Now, can you lose belly fat by jumping on a trampoline? Well, the thing is, we want a target where fat is lost from. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually work that way. The body decides where it loses fat from. You can want to lose from your belly, but the body goes in whatever order it wants. Generally speaking, the first place you put on fat is the last place you take off fat. And so can you lose belly fat? Yes, but not necessarily preferentially. You can lose belly fat in maybe after you've lost fat in your chest, your back, your butt, your arms, and so on. Finally, it gets to your belly, maybe. Or in some people, get to the belly first. And so the reason that people have this misconception that jumping on a trampoline loses belly fat first is because they see the fat jiggle, okay? And just because fat jiggles doesn't mean it's being lost. This is equivalent to those 1940s gym machines where you stand and there's a belt around your waist and a belt around your hips and it vibrates. Just because it jiggles your fat doesn't mean it's losing fat, okay? The question is rebounding better than walking? Well, it's not. There's downs and there's pros and cons to both. Rebounding is just a tool in a toolbox. It's no better than walking. It's no worse than walking. It's, again, just a tool in a toolbox. There's nothing magical about it. Here are the pros and cons of rebounding. The pros is the intensity is by necessity higher than you could ever walk. It's very hard to do low intensity rebounding. It's at least moderate intensity. Also, it's fun. It's good to jump on a trampoline. The downsides of rebounding are, one, is that you actually need a trampoline or a rebounder, and that costs money. The other thing is you have to learn to do it, and the risk of injury is higher than walking. So there's pros and cons. The ultimate question is, do you enjoy it? If it's fun for you, you're more likely to do it, unlike something you don't enjoy. If you don't like walking, it might be good for you, but you probably won't do it. So if it's enjoyable, do it. So, and here are some commonalities between walking and rebounding is, one, they're both cardiovascular forms of exercise. And two, the intensity can be adjusted with both rebounding or walking. With walking, you can walk faster, you can walk on an incline, you can add weight to you, and rebounding, you can jump higher, you can jump more times, etc. And they are both good for the heart and multiple other systems of the body. Now, does rebounding help with cellulite? Well, to answer that, let's discuss what cellulite is. Cellulite is just regular fat. It's no different than any other kind of fat. The reason that it looks dimpled which is different than regular fat. The reason for that is that the skin is just thinner over those areas. So the fat is no different. It's the skin that's different. It just protrudes through the skin. And so since cardio doesn't thicken the skin of the areas where cellulite appears, all cardio is equally effective at decreasing the appearance of cellulite. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, click like and subscribe so you can be notified when I publish more videos just like this.